Right now, today, we have 11 people in our house. When I say in our house, I mean living in our house for about 2 weeks. Saturday, my stepdaughter is getting married to a young man from Portugal. We have him, his mom, his dad, and his brother. His best friend has also arrived. Then we have my stepson, daughter in law, and the best house guest of them all, my little grandbuddy, all from Australia. He came back talking like an Aussie, by the way. Our house is just not a quiet place. On top of that, the crew from New England has not even started arriving yet. Communication is an interesting thing in the Millwood house right now. First of all, there are a lot of people talking. In addition, you have an Aussie accent or two, a Portuguese accent or two, a New England accent, even a twinge of an Irish accent. Two people who can barely speak a word of English, and oh yeah, you have one of us who can speak the heavenly language, good old Southern slang. That would be me, of course. Personally, I've enjoyed it. Last night I sat outside for a few moments of quietness with my future son-in-law's father, who speaks just a little English. Did I mention that I only know 2 words of Portuguese? We sat outside and talked. I might need to mention that we worked at talking. He was the one who was making a great effort. We used a lot of hand signals and body language to help us make sense of what we were trying to say. I actually had a great time talking to my new friend. I was reflecting on all of this morning. Communication is such a key to good relationships. Yet we spend so little effort trying to make sure we're heard, and even less effort making sure that we hear others that we're in a relationship with. We expect them to somehow just know what we think, and we assume we know what they think. As a result, misunderstandings happen on a daily basis, resulting in hurt feelings and estranged relationships. Last night, we took the time and the effort to make sure we heard each other and what the other said. I wonder why those of us who speak the same language don't take the time to really listen to what other people say. We tend to be rude and in a hurry to simply say our piece and not listen to the other person. We do not try to get inside their heart to feel their side of the story. We only care about our side. Last night, if one of us said something the other didn't understand, we acknowledged it and backed up and tried another way to express what we were thinking. Too often we get our feelings hurt because we think someone said something offensive when we just failed to communicate. We don't take the time to back up and ask, is this what you were saying? Or, no, I didn't mean that. I meant this. As communications break down, so do our relationships. The Bible has a lot to say about how we talk to each other. Paul wrote in Ephesians 4:29, don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. Much of our communication is filled with abusive language, put-downs, digs, innuendos, and sarcasm. There's very little building up, edifying, and encouraging in our words. No wonder our relationships are so brittle and easily harmed. We should be working to help each other. Paul wrote in Romans 14:19, let us keep on pursuing those things that bring peace and that lead to building one another up. That should be our goal in communication, to encourage each other and build each other up, as 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says. So we need to take the time to communicate more clearly. It'll improve our relationships and the quality of our lives. Don't assume that you know what others think or feel. Listen to them. Don't assume that people know what you think or feel. Be willing to express your feelings, not just your opinions. Take the time to consider the other side of a subject and don't just assume your opinion is the correct one. Remember, Proverbs 12:15 says, fools think their way is right, but the wise listens to others. The next time someone says something that sounds offensive or wrong to you, instead of getting angry and walking away or returning that supposed anger, stop. And work on making sure you truly understand where that person is coming from. It might take a little time, but then again, your relationship is worth it. Here's a great thought for the day. Give relationships the time they deserve. And we can pray this prayer as we finish today. God, help me to understand that I'm not always right. Others may be able to give me wisdom that I need. Forgive me for being short and impatient in my relationships. Help me to take the time to communicate. God bless you.